Someone told me that it sounds like my car's a lawnmower when it starts, so I'll give you an idea of that. Oops. Yeah. Alright, so I've got the car up on my ramps here. It just makes it easier to get under the car and work where the hole is since I don't have a lift. And then I always put a second support of some sort, just because these are made of plastic, and you just never know what's going to happen. Sudden earthquake, or who knows. But I definitely don't want this car coming down on my head. So I have a jack actually on this side and on the other side, because when I'm under there, I don't want to have to worry about that. And I've done this a few times, so I've used different products. This is just the one that I think Meyer had. You probably get them at Walmart. Any auto store is going to have the same kind of thing. And what it is it's this putty. And what I'll do, you can see I've used half of this one already. And it's only $2-3 for one of these, so it's pretty cheap, and it holds up for about a year. And what you do is you take it out, and then you take the putty and you mend it, and whatever the chemicals are that are in there start to react. You'll feel it heat up, and then when it's heating up, you can stick it to the muffler where the hole is, and it holds pretty well. It holds for about a year. And I live in a place that's icy and snow, and they have salt on the road, and dirt, and everything gets thrown up at it. And it holds pretty well for a year. And this is something I've done for the last few years. So I know right where the hole is, but I'm going to get down there and make sure it actually is still there and not somewhere new. Take a look here. Yep. Same place, and you can even see where I had patched it previously, and there's the culprit. So I'm going to clean up around it. I'll get a little soap and water and wash it up, and some sandpaper just to get all the extra debris and crap off of there so that the putty sticks really well. So we'll do that now. So I use the soapy rag to clean up on the muffler where I'm going to be sticking the putty, and use a little sandpaper to scrape it down a little bit after that too, just to make sure it's nice and clean, and then went back with the rag a little bit, just because you want to get a nice good bond on there so the putty doesn't come off right away. We'll see what that looks like here. Alright, so there it is, cleaned up. You can hardly tell, but you saw on the rag a lot of crap came off of there. So now time to do the putty. Alright, so I always use gloves with this stuff. It actually recommends it on the back if you read the warnings. But it's easy safety precaution. So here's how it comes. I'm only going to use half of this. I don't think that should be sticking in there like that. The instructions say to do it until it's one uniform color. Looks like we're getting there. But you can feel after a bit. It becomes a little bit easier to work with. It was pretty difficult at first. And you'll feel it start to heat up a little bit. It doesn't get hot enough that it's going to burn you, but you can definitely tell that there's some kind of chemical reaction going on. This is starting to look pretty good. Alright, try to shape it a little bit for that crack. I think I'm going to need to use a little bit of this other one here too. Let's see how much this actually covers. Alright, I'm going to do it. And there she is. That was just that little bit that I had in my leftover container. I didn't even open that new one. I try to push as much as I can up underneath and into the crack too, so it's not just sitting on top of it. That seemed to work pretty well. So this old muffler should be good to go for another year, hopefully. I've got a lot of miles out of this car just doing little repairs. And this is just a quick $3 one and doesn't take long at all. We'll fire up the car here and see how it sounds. Here we go. That sounds so much better. If you can compare before. We just wait and let it dry. I think it says sets in 1 hour. After 8 hours, it can be grilled, machined, filed, painted, yada yada. So I'll just let that sit overnight, and hopefully we're good for another year.